This podcast has been rated 18. Anyone offended by profanity or strong humour has been advised.
Okay.
This wave is crashing. With tsunami, Lord, Cagier, there are always action impacted. Taste.
It's alright.
Tsunami, Lord, Cagier, riding this way. TSUNAMICAST.
Yeah, it's something.
Tsunami, Lord, and Cagier carried a ride in this wave. TSUNAMICAST.
Hello everyone and welcome to TSUNAMICAST. How you doing, KJ? How you doing, KJ?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very good. Are you ready to get onto the stream?
Yeah?
Good. So, today's episode is called The Good Old Days, obviously because we're going to talk about stuff at school, which I think we're both excited for.
Definitely.
So, I think we'll start off with some light-hearted stuff and then wane into the darker stuff at the end.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about you probably don't. Do you remember your first day at the institution?
No. Not really, no.
Well, I think I remember mine, my first day at secondary school, and I remember getting dropped off by my parents, and I see with the new blazer and the tie, and walking up with my bag, and being a small, dumpy fat kid, and literally opened the gates, and it was just a massive packed mugger full of people, and teachers waiting to take you into the tutor room. That's what I remember from my first memories of secondary school. So yeah, I mean, like, I think the first story we're going to have to talk about is the infamous, the most funniest one yet. We're going to talk about why.
Why?
Why? Why? So, we had a lot of RE teachers back at school, didn't we, Nat?
Yeah.
Two main to count. So, I'm going to talk about the why story. Now, this involves our friend. We're going to use his gamer tag because I think it's just best to stop anybody from saying, I didn't give you permission to talk about it. My name, sorry. So I'm just going to call him The Redeemer. So, The Redeemer is sat down in the RE classroom. We were just waiting for the lesson to start. And I think the teacher taught you at primary school as well, didn't she, Nat?
I think she was the parent of one of my friends.
Oh, right. Anyway, she started teaching at our school and our secondary school. And before I continue, just clarify, me and Nat went to different primary schools. But she started teaching RE at our secondary school, and she was a pain in the arse. I will say she was a pain in the arse, and
Yeah.
it got to the point where the Redeemer was sick and tired of her. So whenever she'd ask him something like, we're just gonna use his gamer tag when I start impersonating her a bit. Redeemer, open up your pens and pencil, open up your planner and start writing this into your planner for your homework day. And what would the Redeemer say?
Why?
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 Redeemer, can you please stand up please and wait outside for me? Why? It was absolutely hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
especially when the Redeemer went, why? And like the senior leadership team came in and went, right, Redeemer, we're going to take you into call out for a lesson. And he literally went, okay, and didn't say why to them. And then when she asked him, and then when the teacher asked, how are you going to complete your work? And he just went, why? We have some good memories with the Redeemer, don't we, at school?
Yeah.
He's just, I will say this, he is fucking hilarious to be around. He's also a massive metalhead, and he likes his like bands like Slipknot and System of a Down and stuff like that. Or his sort of Metallica, or his sort of jam. But then there's also the time when we found out that a book of our friends' like spelling work was going around. Do you remember that, Nat?
Yeah.
People were writing down in our friends' like thing, like insults. So it was like his spelling book, and it was like teach him to spell because he had dyslexia and speech problems. And he literally was writing stuff down in it, like how to spell the word cat, dog, for example, spelling words. And people in our friendship group, even though me and Nat weren't involved in this thing at all, we're telling it from like an outside point of view. They literally wrote in the book, fat bastard, retard, etc. in there. Loads of like horrible, heinous names that you would like call somebody. And of course, our favourite health and safety person, Nat, who we mentioned in the last episode, made a massive appearance. Here we go. When she went, whose writing is this? And I went, well, it's Jay's. Our head of English at the time, who I'm not going to name for legal reasons, literally went, oh yeah, it's Jay's. And like the English teacher that taught Jay said it was his as well. And all I remember as the leader of health and safety is like, she's like taking Jay to see our principal at the time. All I remember saying is when she went, and it starts me laughing, even though I say it a load of times. She went, come here, young man. it's just hilarious. Like, you could take the mick out of the health and safety person, couldn't you? You could just literally take the piss out of her all the time. It was the voice. It was the voice. Come here, young man. And as she marches him up the stairs, and we didn't see we didn't see we didn't see Jay for like 2 days, if I remember correctly. After that, along with the other conspirators that were with him that were doing it.
Yeah.
Like, then there was a time when Jay got our friend Slinky Bubble and just slammed him through a table. It was like a wrestling choke slam, wasn't it? Just through a table. It was like the Undertaker. Rest in peace. Like that. I mean, like, there's so many like stuff I could talk about. Like, is there a specific like story from like Sakura that like makes you laugh till this day?
I'm just trying to think. Because actually there's so many.
There's some that are appropriate and some that are really inappropriate to say on live stream.
Yeah.
Like, I showed yesterday the thing that our mate George did on Wikipedia, but I am not going to mention it anymore. I've had to like trim the episode down because like it got flagged for like offensive and misleading information, which it isn't. It actually happened, and like Cagier can vouch that like George actually put that about John Sentamo on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Robert, like I mean, like we had so in our class called, we'll call him R. R was laughing so much we thought he was gonna die.
Yeah.
In Minecraft, obviously. And then like you had the teacher who our Irish geography teacher at the time that went, I know it was George because he told me he did it. And he was like Mrs. Brown's boy. He just sounded like Mrs. Brown, didn't he? He had like the Mrs. Brown's voice. That was hilarious. We had a teacher who was our Irish history teacher. I used to shout him out. I shouted him out once on my YouTube channel, the TSUNAMICAST YouTube channel once, but we liked Mr. I, didn't we? He was very friendly and a very nice man. He was very supportive as well. Probably one of the best teachers in that entire school.
Definitely.
He taught us do you remember the thing that he taught us about Germany, Nat?
Oh yeah.
Land, army, money and blame. It was because of land. Yeah, it's because of land. I used to like it when he used to do that. Like, you know when we did like our mocks and like our revision and stuff. And he used to call me. He used to not witness this. He used to, every time when I enter a place, I'd only go, the Lord, and and then when we were doing the revision, he went, the Lord. Can you tell me, Lord, what does El Lam stand for? I know that you're a one-trick pony. Land, army, money, and blame. The Weimar Republic, the Treaty of Versailles. I'm having to move my hands like people do the Donald Trump impression to get it like accurate. I don't know why I'm confusing that teacher with Donald Trump. And of course we had a teacher, like that was another Irish teacher, wasn't there? That we thought that like her and our French teacher by the same last name were married. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
We always thought that they were married till about like year 9 when he left and she brought her actual husband in who was serving like army soldier. And like we felt so dumb. We felt so dumb.
Yeah.
There's so many things we can talk about. Like there's this one thing that we're going to talk about now that I'm not going to say the teacher. I'm just not going to say the teacher's like last name as well for legal reasons, because I don't know if this teacher will remember me or Nat or anything. So that's why I'm not going to mention them, but we're going to mention the situation. So we had a supply teacher for science, and she didn't know what the hell she was talking about half the time. If I remember correctly, we were doing something about like salts, weren't we, Nat? And like she didn't know what like fully what we were like learning about.
Yeah.
And one day she upset one of our friends. And obviously he stormed out. So one of our other friends, like the Matilda style thing, got on the desks, and everybody moving their hands in the air went Miss S out, Miss S out, Miss S out, and you could literally hear it from every single classroom in that hub because everybody was banging on the tables like a friggin' drum.
Yeah.
That was funny. And then there was the time when you were sat next to Slinky Bubble when another student from a different country had come to study at our school, and like she'd broke her iPad. Did she break her iPad, Nat, or did she break someone else's iPad?
Don't know.
Well, I'm just gonna go with she broke her own iPad, and she literally switched it with Slinky Bubbles, and like started like putting in Romanian translations. And then when we went back on the history, we found out that like the translations were originally Hungarian translations. So we knew that like she'd smashed her own device, like her lone like translation device. That was something that like she got away with. But I doubt if we did it now, we'd probably get into big trouble. We'd have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And now we're going to talk about someone that Nat admires dearly as a teacher. We're not going to say his name, but he was the best looking teacher in the maths department, wasn't he, Nat?
Oh, yeah.
So, he used to think that he was the sexiest man alive. Well, I bet he still thinks that. And he used to walk around like he was a pop star, didn't he? Like he was a friggin' rock star or something.
Yeah.
And one day he comes down to our science like hub area where we're doing work and goes, "Can I have J such and such, such and such, such and such, such and such? Now these boys have committed a terrible crime." What crime have they committed? "These boys have logged into the guest account, which is known as identity theft." And they literally used to like identity theft. I was like, oh, the guest admin account where you can literally play video games on. Well, everybody knew about that. Everybody in like every single year knew about that account and like the password. I think it was George that actually discovered the password, wasn't it?
Maybe.
I think it might have been George. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong. But yeah. That happened, and then we had it when we have a story to tell you about, like like in the maths department now. It was your form room, wasn't it? Oh, well, it wasn't your form room. It was like your maths class, wasn't it, Nat?
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell a story, or do you want me to tell the story?
You could tell it if you want.
Ah, right. So, you were sat next to Jay, and Mr. S was reading out the attendance register, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And like he goes, Nathaniel, and Nathaniel literally says,
"Hey, Schmaxy."
"Hey, Smaxy." Didn't you, like, if I remember this correctly, you know when you told me it like a few months back, didn't everybody in the classroom's heads actually like perk up and like start laughing?
Yeah.
I remember when like Mr. S would like go in my teacher's like maths classroom and like would steal her sweets, and like the next day she'd be really pissed off with him. And like Jay would always buy him like Army and Navy sweets.
Oh yeah.
And he used to, I might be getting this wrong, but he used to go, "I am a diabetic, so I can eat as many sweets as I want."
Yeah.
He said something like that. And then he also was King George in the assembly.
Oh yeah.
And then he literally one time he sang a song like in front of me and Nat and Jay, and went, and I'm gonna quote it: "I'm too sexy for this job, too sexy for this hub, so sexy it hurts." That's literally what he did.
Yeah.
I'm not lying about this. This is literally hands on God is truth. If God is like, God was like put me in a court, I'd literally have Nat to like back me up, say this actually happened.
Yeah.
Because like at school, we used to go around all the hubs and stuff and just mess around before school started, and we like there was like the massive hub area in the bottom where the dining tables were, and then there's like stairs going down, and at the left of the stairs, no, the right of the stair, the right of the stairs going down, the is where the cafeteria was, if I'm right. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm right. And me and Nat would always like get breakfast there, so I'd get like a bacon sandwich with a hash brown in and toast. It wouldn't be bread, it'd be buttered toast that you'd get for free. But the bacon and the hash brown you'd have to pay for with a coffee. Anyway, we used to sit down with a friend of ours, Jay again, and he always used to ask for our like breakfast stuff like all the time, and it got pretty annoying. I remember the one time when he asked like for your bacon sandwich. I just saw the look in your face, like you were really pissed off, like you just wanted to like enjoy your breakfast and start your day.
Yeah.
Because like the best memory I have of like you at school is, do you remember when you used to come in like with like a flask of hot chocolate?
Oh yeah.
It was like the like a Hogwarts professor sort of thing, like, you know, the Remus Lupin from Harry Potter, and he goes, "Eat it, it's chocolate." Instead, you would probably go, "Drink it, it's only chocolate. It'll make you better."
Yeah.
It was just like the stuff at school, like there's like a lot of school stuff that was like really good. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's taking me back a bit. But we had a teacher that did DT. His name was Mr. D, and Mr. D, he was our PE teacher as well, and he was fucking hilarious. He was fucking mint, wasn't he? He was that like,
Yeah.
I like Mr. D. He left school and went on to do what he wanted to do with his career. But we had two favourite IT teachers. Now, one used to hold Command and Conquer tournaments in break time.
Yeah.
And he used to go, "Pack it, bucket, now fuck off." He always used to do that, didn't he? He always used to say the F word.
Yeah.
I like Mr. J, and I was like sad to see him leave. Like when he left, like I didn't think he was going to leave when he did, but I was sad. And then we got our like other IT teacher that was Mrs. K, and she had like a YouTube channel and everything, and she was good as well. Until we got that, until we got that fucking dickhead, Mr. C. You will not play.
Oh.
You will do a prom advert, and you will not play. Never Gonna Give You Up. And George is like, George. We all know George is a rule breaker. George doesn't do anything, like won't listen to nobody. George went.
Yeah.
In his mind, the tape went backwards a bit. It went remix, and George actually played a bass boosted version of it on his prom advert, and the teacher goes, "You're getting a lower mark because I told you not to put that song on and he had like a little bit of a stutter, and he went, "On your prom advert," and it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
There was also like the time when we had PE, and we had like a PE teacher called Mr. P, and George just forgot like his PE kit, hadn't he? Like, he literally forgot it and they loaned him one of the summer kits, I think, and like the literally George was left to play in the snow and cold snow in a summer kit, and when he came back in, he was like as blue as the sky. That's the best I can put it. And it like that was the thing where it dawned on me. I don't fucking like PE. PE's like PE abuses humans. Well,
Yeah.
PE stands for progressive excessive abuse to humans, and maths stands for mental abuse to humans.
Yeah.
But like
Unless it's my maths teacher, then that's definitely not that.
I mean, there's also like a time when we were on the computers and like we got told to leave the LRC because someone had because there was like a main computer in the middle where they'd monitor what people are looking at, and they told everybody to leave the LRC because they found out that people weren't using it to be educational. They were using it to play Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
And like I just remember Slinky Bob at the time go, view all your Pokemon to when we started going to our secondary school.
Yeah.
But me and Nat didn't do normal PE in year 10 and 11ish, did we? We did BTEC PE. We were on the computers, and we had a teacher that was like very sporty. She was a very sporty individual, and Slinky Bubble, all he'd like to do was mess around and play video games, wouldn't he, Nat? Instead of doing his coursework. So one day the teacher goes, Slinky Bubble, you shouldn't be playing video games, you should be doing your coursework. And he goes, he turns round. You know, like, where, like, you've got, like, a James Bond, I've been expecting you, Mr. Bond. He turns round and goes, I don't give a fuck. He got into so much trouble, right? Like, Slinky, and he never got, like, he got, like, the lowest form of punishment there possibly was. Well, as if, like, someone like us had done it, we would have got, like, told off for it, like a massive slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
And I think, like, looking back, there's so many memories where I think we were treated, like, differently in a way. By differently, I mean, like, say, if, for example, Slinky made, like, a slingshot out of a pen and started shooting stuff at us, he'd, like, be told to stop, whereas we'd, like, get sent outside for a bit and stuff like that. But we had like amazing history teachers, like I've like said one, but we also had another one. He was an old gentleman and he used to play films. We of course talking about the one, the only Mr. C.
Oh yeah.
It's like write some like copy off the whiteboard about like what was it? The American West. Or like the Knights of the Round Table or what have you. Write it down, copy off the whiteboard. Right now we're gonna watch a movie for the rest of the lesson. That was good. And then we had a head mistress, right? And she was like a dictator, wasn't she? Like, she loved the sound of her own voice. She was a massive dictator.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say one time she went, I'm gonna find out who's been using laughing gas in my school and verbally abusing my staff in the Macam accent.
Yeah.
And, like, she was like hitting hard on like the year 9s, 10s and 11s and stuff, but she was like very soft on like the year 8s and 7s about this incident because she thought that no one in their group would even dream about bringing laughing gas into school. Turns out she was wrong all along. A year 8 pupil brought in a laughing gas canister, like a little mini one, and let it off, and everybody in the classroom was left with side effects of the laughing gas. And like someone brought it. We had like people bringing stink bombs in at one time, and like there were like awful foul smells.
Yeah.
So much stuff I you just miss about secondary school, and then there's so much stuff that you hate about it. Like there's like a lot of stuff I hate regarding to like the lessons, But there's like memories that I have of like secondary school that are just so positive and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that, like I said, that we wouldn't dream of like getting away with now, but back then we got away with most of the stuff that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, do you have like some like you probably can't like remember them all, but do you have a few like favorite memories of like secondary school?
Yeah, I think one of my favourite ones was like the tournaments that we used to do in the over lunch in the IT labs.
Oh yeah,
Because yeah, I think it was Command and Conquer, and uh, and there was another one. I think I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think there was 2 games that we used to play.
yeah. I mean, I remember the one time when Mr. R would like he kept saying, "Oh, I'm gonna put Doom on," and he never put it on until eventually, years later in year 10, one of our friends put Doom on like his account.
Yeah,
But there's so many other things that we can like talk about.
yeah. Didn't George put San Andreas on the computers once?
Yeah, I think he did actually. I'm getting like, a vague memory of him doing it because I remember like playing the like the theme song of it
Yeah.
when he launched it, and then like the teachers were like asking how he got it on. He'd never grasp up how he did it. I still think George would be an excellent hacker for the government. I think he'd be amazing at doing that.
Yeah.
I'm now going to talk about our friends Ben and Jack, who are our lovely mods. Jack's just a massive wannabe communist dictator.
Oh yeah.
He was like back at school, like he was a skinhead, and now he's got long hair. But he was a skinhead who used to like absolutely fall on his knees for Jeremy Corbyn. Do you remember? And he always used to play. He always used to play. Oh, Jeremy Corbyn. Oh, Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah.
He'd always go at me. Lukey Lou, I like Jeremy Corbyn. Just because you're not a fan of him doesn't mean you have to always slag him off. Well, it's my opinion. Deal with it.
Yeah.
I mean, we also had someone else called Ben Ferrari, or as the people on YouTube know him as, Ben. Ben, there's a lot I could say about Ben. I will say Ben's a cool guy. Very friendly person to talk to in the internet. He's a very supportive person.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had like anything like at school that you wanted to like talk about, Ben would talk to you about it. You could have a laugh with Ben. Like, do you remember the Chuckle Brothers?
Oh yeah.
Like I said before, I was a massive fan. He always used to like reminisce over like the Chuckle Brother episodes, and to be fair, there's nothing wrong with that because the Chuckle Brothers are fucking awesome. Like, they're part of my childhood, and like if you grew up in the north, and they're probably part of your childhood too. To me, to you, the customer's always right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's mint. He's absolutely mint. I mean, there was the one time where we had like me, him, and Robert and Jack were messing about in the mugger again, and I said Ben's pickle. Now Ben thinks I'm talking about like his down below area. No, do you remember when Rick and Morty came out and like there was Pickle Rick and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, I was like, it was sort of like that, but like I thought like I could like make it out like the Ben had like a pickle in a jar that had like glue on sticky on eyes and stuff like that, and I was trying to make it tear to that, but he let's see, how can I word it? He always thought it as like an inappropriate term, but it wasn't like inappropriate. It was just having a laugh. Like, I'm going to mention this again. Last time, did I talk about Yogurt Gate last night?
I don't think so.
Right, I'm going to talk about Yogurt Gate. So, you know what? Everyone knows what Froob yogurts are. The little, like, yeah Froobs. So there was one that had been left on the floor, and it had been there for quite a few days. Someone had obviously dropped out of the packed lunchbox, and it had just been left there. No one had picked up, put in the bin. You know, like Di the Wimpy Kid has like the cheese touch.
Yeah.
Well, Ben got pissed off with me one day because me and Jack were winding the hell out of him for a laugh, and it was just a bit of friendly banter, as Ben would say himself, but he took it a bit too far by thinking that we were having a go at him. So we were winding him up about something. I can't remember what it actually was now, and he got so annoyed and he went, "I'm sick and tired of this fucking bullshit," and literally just stamps on the yogurt, and like it's like a freaking valve, like a valve of like liquid just went psss everywhere. You know, like when you fizz up a drink and it like shoots out everywhere. It was like that's how I could just describe that moment. It went all over my blazer, all over my t-shirt, like shirt, trousers, my tie. It was in my hair. It was in Jack's hair, all over Jack, all over Robert. And yeah, he literally I thought, I'm gonna get my own back on you. I'm gonna get my own back. He said, "You're not gonna do a thing." So I made a video on YouTube. You can probably still find it. It's called Exposing Ben Friary. I think it's still on there. On my YouTube channel. I might have removed it. I can't remember. But I got Saunders to give an account like what happened, and literally it went. I'll quote what Jack said. Jack went, "Ben disgustingly became violent during one of our lunch times and started to rag us around and grabbed onto us with his big meaty claws." Emphasis on the big meaty claws. He started playing with a rotting yogurt on the floor and got it all over his superiors, Tsunami Lord and I, which I thought was just like a classic like political speech, like something that a politician would write. Do you not think, Jack? That like the way Jack would write a speech, it'd be like very like a politician had wrote it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say something. Like, speaking of school, did you know Robert from secondary school?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got engaged and then he got married.
Oh really?
Yeah, he got married. And I found out like on the day that he got married that he was getting married. I didn't know. And I gave him like congratulations and everything. But yeah, Robert was mint as well, because I have a video that I can't show because I need people's consent who are in the video to show it. But literally, there's a thing where Ben's, you know, like where like people go behind you and like tickle you, like press your like sides and start like moving your fingers into like your sides and stuff.
Yeah. Like
an electric shock. Ben was doing that. Ben was doing that to me, and I went, "Oh, get off me now, Ben! Ben, get off!" And I slapped him. And Robert and George are like there laughing at me as I'm getting tortured by Ben while Jack's filming this video. And then after the video ends, I went, "It was your fucking fault as well, Robert." And Robert, classic Robert saying, would go, "Whoa, what did I do?" But Robert, do you know Frank Skinner?
Yeah.
Robert reminds me of Frank Skinner if Frank Skinner was ginger. If you actually have a look at Frank Skinner, then picture him with ginger hair, you'll see Robert.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another good. I have so many memories of like videos like that people took of me at school. I mean, like there's a video where I'm like behind Ben and I lift up Ben's hand and I go, "With the deaf man." They were talking about some sort of deaf gentleman, and stuff like that, and I just went, "With the deaf man." And Ben just walks out of the scene like really like embarrassed. Like I will admit, like we used to embarrass each other a lot at secondary school. But it wasn't like to offend. It was just for laughs. I mean, I used to embarrass Ben a lot, and I would wind him up, and I do like admit that, and I have like tried apologising to Ben for that, but sometimes Ben just won't take an apology for it. So yeah, but Ben's just hilarious in his own right. I mean, there is a story that I'm going to tell you about Ben, that's fucking funny. So we're going to talk about, like, you know, when we went to college.
Yeah.
Well, he went, can you stop filming me or recording me or whatever you're doing? So the next day, he was winding me up, and his pal, Eli, from, I think Eli went to Poland Hall. Eli punches me in the stomach, and Ben went, I knew it. I knew that Eli could punch her. And I went, yeah, well, I wasn't defending myself. So Ben starts laughing about it. Anyway, the next day, me, you and Ethan and Ben and his lot of friends, who are also sort of our friends, literally were crowded around the entrance, and Ben was late to his lesson. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And he had I think, you know, when you could get like 4 croup and sausage rolls for £1.
Oh yeah.
And he got them and he smushed them up into a ball in his mouth. I've actually got like a video of it, but I'm not going to put it on YouTube because Ben wouldn't want me to do that at all. There's also plenty of times where like we were at college and like Ben would like say something funny. Ben'd say something funny, like he would, for example, one time I remember when he went, you've just admitted to not having a shower, and I just like was out of it. I'd had too much coffee that day, and I just couldn't be asked to answer his question. And Jack Nash comes in my face and goes, "Tough guy." I've got a video of that. I should meme that. Tough guy. But like back to secondary school, there was like a lot of like teachers, for example, that like were different like when the headmistress wasn't there, and then different when she was there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like they'd show like their comedic side, whereas when the headmistress was there, they'd be all strict and like right down to the point.
Yeah.
But I think that's all I'm going to say about secondary school. We could move to college if you want that and talk a little bit about what happened at college.
Yeah.
Alright. So I think the first story I'm going to talk about is, I mentioned it last night, but it's just a good way to like start things off. Do you remember that time when that teacher, the support teacher, literally walked past us and we were watching Binky Princess's thing with Daz Games? And she went, hey guys, and was literally went behind us and like intruded on what we were watching. It was like invasion of personal privacy.
Yeah.
And then like, the next week, she literally goes, she got me in the office and went, "You're not allowed to see like Nat anymore," and it was because like you told her like to tell me to give you some space or something like that. That's what we're just gonna say it like that. But like she was annoying as well. She went like and got into people's personal business.
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember? I'm trying to think now. Do you remember that time when our friend locked Liam McLaren in like the post office like box thing, and like put like a photograph of what's his name, Adam Johnson, on like the front of the thing. And we were just sat there laughing. That was hilarious. Then there was a time when Saunders like kicked like a pigeon because the pigeon was like flying around him. So Saunders literally kicked the pigeon on the floor, and the pigeon flew away. I remember that. I remember so many times where Saunders done something funny. I mean, my best memory of Saunders is probably when he went. He always used to like say stuff about like your mum. He'd make like constant your mum jokes. Like he got, "Tonight, me and Ben are gonna double team your mum," and it was funny at the start, but then it got like really annoying.
Yeah.
And like, and then there was a time like where me and you would go into Sainsbury's and get something to eat.
Oh yeah.
And like, do you remember that time when Tones literally said about the payment stuff at like secondary school, and it's like his English essay?
Oh yeah.
Just hilarious. It's just loads of hilarious stuff. I mean, there's a lot that like you could talk about from like secondary school.
Yeah.
I mean, like the time when we oh my god, this is hard. You know when we used to have like the end of your house like attendance thing, and like whoever got the highest attendance in like that house would like win like an iPad.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that like they were somewhat like rigged?
Yeah.
I think they were. I think like they used to give like the kid. There was a kid, right, that I knew wasn't there 100% of the time. I blooming knew because I had a friend in his year groups, like the year below, and I knew that he wasn't in, and like he got an iPad for 100% attendance. I thought it's fucking fixed. It's absolutely like fucking fixed, because they were like giving like iPads out to people like that hadn't even got 100% attendance, or like were badly behaved and like didn't have 100% attendance. So that was generally annoying as well. But like there was so many like things that went on. I mean, like, you know, the study sessions that we used to do like in year 11, like you had to go to like your respective like teacher and stuff like that to revise for exams. Well,
yeah,
we used to have like a canteen, like, so whatever was left from like lunchtime would be given to us as a snack. And one time, Jay banged on the thing and went, boomf, 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 and our head of year went, right, that's the last. And sorry, no, it wasn't our head of year. It was headmistress went, right, no snacks for your year groups study sessions. I just thought, oh my god, he's ruined it for us.
Yeah.
Because like most of us wanted like a drink or something after being like a hot classroom for ages.
Yeah.
I mean, most of us did take drinks, but like sometimes the water fountain would work, but then it wouldn't work the next day. It was just like a complete shit show.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like a time when the same sort of thing, but do you remember like the time when we're actually at a study, like we're in like a study session, and our headmistress came in and went, because all you keep, well, the bad behaved kids, not us, because all you keep bragging on about when you're going to get your leave hoodie, you're not going to get one now.
Yeah.
I just thought, you've ruined it for everybody. Like, you've literally ruined it for everybody, and it to be fair, it was kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things that like you could talk about in like regards to, like different teachers, because when I left secondary school, like I got like a book, and I'm just gonna get this book 1 second. I got like a book that had like messages from teachers of like when, like, you know, to motivate you when like you're at college and university and stuff, or like you know, like the leavers book that people sign for you.
Yeah.
Well, I've got mine. It says 2013 to 2018 Tsunami Lord's yearbook, right? I'm gonna read our history teacher's message to me. The one that used to call me the Lord, and it goes, "To the Lord, it has been wonderful to teach you, and you have always tried your best in every history lesson. I have loved getting to know you every morning during your visits to my room, to my office. You're an inspiration to every upcoming YouTuber, and I will always be a proud warrior. Yes." Well, Not worry anymore. It's Legion member to make it gender inclusive. And then this is from Saunders, right? Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to laugh? Nah. This is literally what Jackpot. Dear Tsunami Lord, the years we have spent in this school have been cool. Like a proper politician, isn't it? And then another friend. Oh, shall I read what you put, Nat? Let's see. Let's see. Here it is. It goes to Tsunami Lord. Have a great career in politics, and always hope to be Prime Minister. Well, that didn't go to plan, did it, Nat? I'm not Prime Minister. I didn't do a career in politics. Right, Mr. Taylor. Right, no, Mr. Taylor. Oh, so this one's from Slinky Bubble. I hope you achieve everything in life that you want. And that's a cherry pot. Oh, and this is from Jay. I hope you do well in your exams. I hope you get the good grades. Tsunami Lord for the win from George. Good luck, Luke from Tyler. Yeah, and then there's loads that I could literally go on to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, shall I read Ben's? Because I've just got to his.
Yeah, you can do.
Right, here we go. Have fun with life and keep making great videos. From your best buddy, Benjamin Jamal Barry Fryery. That's his full name. Robert. Here we go. Robert. Good luck, Tsunami Lord. Hope you do well and succeed in everything you aim to achieve. I will miss you, Tsunami Lord, but after college. But you will always be a good friend. What the hell does Hasham Shelly mean? Because that's what someone put.
No idea.
Do you remember our favourite head of science, Nat? Who was quote unquote your dad?
Oh yeah.
It's me dad. It's me dad. I used to remember when you used to do that. It literally goes, Hi Tsunami Lord, it has been fab knowing you. Here is the law of perfection. P equals N plus D plus L plus J. All the best, Mr. S.
Yeah.
There's like a load. It's from the best looking teacher in the school, the S dog.
Oh he was one of the best.
Yeah, he was. Now this one's like this. I have one in here from one of my favourite one of my favourite teachers at school, and I'm not going to name who they are. But it just goes to the legend that is Tsunami Lord. Keep YouTubing and always stay you. Yes, very very motivational. Do you remember the receptionist who used to like Star Wars?
Oh yeah.
Well, guess what he put?
What?
Dear Tsunami Lord, may the force be with you. Yes. Just like one side. There's like so many that I've like put in this book. Prom. I don't think I actually have one of off the headmistress. I don't think. We'll have to try and find it. Did you get like a box out where people signed it?
I don't think so. No.
Ah. Good. She literally put, "Good luck, Mrs. G."
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't be a full last name, would it? It'd just be Mrs. G.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yearbook 2018. I think that, like, people always say, "Oh, I remember the old Tsunami Lord logo. We won it back." I'm just like, well, I had to have a rebrand because people kept kept getting flagged up as like being like copyrighted because of the font that's now copyrighted. Oh. So enough about school. We'll just talk about something random for now, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So, have you recently played have we know when we've been online? Have you enjoyed playing like Marvel Rivals?
Oh yeah.
Like, I love playing Thor. He's just sort of like my like play style. It's just he's fucking mint. And I think like along with like you playing Loki, it's just absolutely mint. Of course, there was that one time when we were on Smite and you went and Loki. That's why you're adopted.
Yeah.
And when Tones was playing as Loki, and like
Yeah.
he would play as Odin, that was hilarious. I can't wait for GTA 6 to come out though. I can't wait to start memories on GTA 6.
Oh yeah.
Because like we can literally start playing GTA again together, and it's going to be just absolutely wilder than it was when we were in secondary school playing GTA 5 online.
Oh yeah.
But like, you know that GTA 6 is nearly going to get released because Rockstar have released like a graphical update for PC users of like GTA Online and GTA. Have you heard about this?
No.
1 second, I'll see if I can bring it up. On like, see if I can like see what the actual article said. So it literally goes 1 second. News, is there any? Yeah, there is there. So if you want here and press, where's share screen? There we go. Can you see that, Nat?
Yeah.
There we go. Here it is. It literally basically says here, Grand Theft Auto PC like 5 on PC is getting a free upgrade on March 4th with features previously only available on Xbox Series X and PS5. But yeah,
Ooh.
it's just the GTA 6 hype. The internet can't handle. Well, it can't handle the hype.
No.
I can't wait for GTA 6.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's going to be a fun game, I think.
what's that, GTA?
Well, I hope.
Yeah, there we go. GTA 6 on nearly announcements, but bad news. Yeah, right. It doesn't mean it's going to be delayed, does it? Oh, right. Why can't I do like a graphical update for like Xbox One users? Like, that would be good.
Yeah. I think it's just because the console's that old. It'll be kind of hard to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, but this is probably the best one they do. Is this game?
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Massive fan of the Red Dead series. I've played I played Red Dead Online, I've played Red Dead 2, I've played Red Dead Redemption. I tell you a good game that you might want to like play whenever you get a chance to is the original Red Dead Revolver. That is good.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. You don't need to play Revolver. I highly recommend jumping into Redemption. Yeah, well, that's just a Reddit user.
Yeah.
What other games are you excited for now?
I don't know really.
Ooh, of course. One second. I'll tell you what I am going to do, Nat. I'm going to put one of your favourite like people of all time on the screen. This man right here,
Oh yeah.
Stanley. He's good in the Lego games, isn't he? Like with like the little Lego Easter eggs. Excelsior. Ah, Excelsior indeed. Because I think like when you talk about like Stan Lee, there's a lot of things creatively that he's done. He always does like people named Man, doesn't he? Like Ant-Man or like Iron Man, etc.
Yeah.
So like, do you have any like? I know people are watching, but we might as well just discuss some ideas for like topics for like other streams. What like topics do you think we should talk about?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. What would you say?
I've already like suggested like doing like we're gonna do a Star Wars one, obviously. We might do a Marvel one as well, I thought.
Ooh, yeah, we could do.
Just discuss like the Marvel universe and stuff, and we could also do like a stream or a podcast, shall we say, on DC as well, so that gets covered.
Yeah.
Of course, I want to do a stream on classic YouTubers from our childhood that are no longer on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you know I like a YouTuber called Norm's Barstool? Have you heard Norm's Barstool?
Not off the top of my head.
Well, he was like a YouTuber back when like we were both kids, and he used to get really annoyed at teenagers online. You know how Francis is like an angry gamer. He sort of looked a little bit like Francis Boogie2988, but his famous video is where he goes, "F you, F you." Well, I'm gonna swear anyway because it's 18 plus on this stream. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you all you 13, 14, 15-year-old fucking little kids who are telling me I need to lose fucking weight. And it literally goes on about him being fat. I'm getting these texts. It's making me laugh because I'm remembering it. I'm getting these texts through my self-porn. I'm reading the text. They're calling me fat, idiot, gay, dumbass. Like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, well, that's not offensive, is it, Nat?
No.
Like, well, the gayer one is obviously because now we're more like accepting of the LGBT community, but like all the other ones weren't like really offensive, in my opinion. Like idiot, fat, dumbass, like not offensive to me. And he went on like a massive rage about it, and then at the end he goes, "Barbara, I think I'm having a heart attack. I think I'm having a heart attack." And it's like you can tell like partially real, partially scripted as well, which I think's mint.
Yeah.
But of course, there's like angry grandpa. I grew up with angry grandpa as a kid. God damn, Michael, you goddamn son of a bitch, goddamn. Where he smashed up the PlayStation 4. That's probably his most viewed video. Like,
yeah.
You promised me your goddamn baked Christmas cookies. You goddamn Michael. And he goes, I'll show you your game. I'll show you your goddamn game. He gets the baseball bat and beats the living holy shit out of the PS4 console. And then there's a video like where he goes to Little Caesars Pizzeria and his son Michael goes, Jesus, Dad, you're gonna drink the whole damn 2 liter, and he like nearly drinks the full 2 liter of Dr Pepper, but he goes, "That's Dr Pepper right there," instead of Dr Pepper. Yeah. Great, like stuff like that was on YouTube when we were kids. I mean, another like YouTuber that was like around was I just mentioned Boogie 298. You know, the Francis videos. I want my goddamn Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Ever 30 like the Diablo, the Era 37 like video that he did? Era 37, Era 37, Era fucking 37. Like back when PC gaming like just became a thing.
No, I've not seen it.
He also did a video, like a Christmas video called "You're Out of the Guild," and he starts moaning on about like being in like a guild on I can't remember which game it is, World of Warcraft, and he's on about this and he's getting really annoyed and he goes, "So you're out of the guild," about this guy called Dave, and he's going, you don't fucking trade well, you're not a fucking Lula, so you're out of the guild. And he starts naming all the reasons why he doesn't want this person in his team anymore. and it gets more and more aggressive, and then he goes, "You're overtly racist, you're sexist as well. I never really like you, so Frankie, you can go to hell." I like Boogie Tiny. He's just a hilarious comic.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. There's like someone called the Irate American, similar to Angry Grandpa. But he made a video about Angry Grandpa saying that he was going to put laxatives in like a peach cobbler that his wife was making for Angry Grandpa. And it was all over because Angry Grandpa was talking to his wife. He got jealous. Do you know someone? Have you heard? You've heard the World of, is it God of War series?
Yeah.
The creator David Jaffe.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So he's now in the lolcow universe, right? I found out last night, and he literally starts like having a go at one like their host, like Becky Boop, who is also a gamer streamer who used to do like Telltale Story video, like game streams, and literally he goes and starts talking about the way she looks and like about her as a person, and just slags her off. And I just thought, David Jaffe, you're literally one of the most like decorated and like well respected people in the PlayStation gaming community because of the God of War series, and now like you're trusting your reputation just by picking on somebody.
Yeah.
And he was getting like really pissed off at the fact that like other YouTube veterans like Boogie2988 and like other like veterans like Angry Grandpa, someone come in like defend like Becky Boop. It was just it was just amazing. Absolutely amazing to see veterans stand up for like a sort of like newish sort of veteran creator.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's so many veteran YouTubers that like have probably been banned, but like back when we were kids they were hilarious, but now they'll say it's offensive.
Yeah.
Like I talked about iDubbbz last night. There's nothing offensive about iDubbbz.
No.
I have osteoporosis, and he literally slams into the wheelchair.
Yeah.
That was funny back then. I mean, do you remember Equals 3? Like Ray, oh my God, Ray William Johnson. Now that takes me back.
Oh yeah.
With the Doing Your Mom video.
Yeah.
Equals 3, and the Equals 3 YouTube and Copper Cab, the Angry Ginger. You're not God, you don't know me. Brrr. He got so much into fame. He, like, you know, on the anniversary of that video, he actually made a like updated version of that video.
Oh really?
And he went, well, I just want to say that I still have a soul. And literally did like a video. Like after the stream, I'm gonna have to tell you the video for you to watch in your time. It's mint.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going to end this episode and wrap it up, and shall see you for the next episode, and that when it's me and you, live on TSUNAMICAST again. thanks for co-hosting with me again, and I'll see you again.
Yeah, I'll see you again some other time.
See you again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So tomorrow, people, now that I've said goodbye to Nat, tomorrow's video will be a general talk stream. We can talk about anything you want, really. But look forward to that, and Tsunami Lord out.